Min-maxers, you know them, you love them, you most definitely interacted with one, or you are one. D&D or TTRPGs as a whole are games. They are meant to be played in an innumerable amount of ways, and there are many of us who aim to excel on the more mechanical side of TTRPGs or D&D likes, or what have you. These sort of players are always looking for the highest possibility of success, spending multiple hours on the builds to ensure that every persuasion check or every swing of their axe is always going to hit. This comes in all in good fun, but at the same time it has some drawbacks. Always wanting the best outcome for success, this might come at the cost of the enjoyment of the other players, or sometimes it just leads to the begging and pleading towards the DM to make an athletics check into an acrobatics check. But before we get into one of D&D's most beloved archetypes, I'm the Dreadful DM, or George Jordan, and thank you for taking time out of your day to watch my silly video. Leave a like and subscribe if you like hearing a guy just yap about his interests, but without a further ado, what's up with these min-maxers? Oh god, that sucked ass. Min-maxers are some of the most common type of D&D player, and they all have the exact same goal in mind, to get the best possible results by optimizing their builds. It can range from the paladin able to drop 100 points of damage at level 4 to a rogue bard that is simply incapable of failing any sort of charisma check, making sure that any plan is flawlessly executed or able to mitigate any horrible results from a disaster. Min-maxers can be a great addition to any sort of table, making sure the plans are actually executed properly, watching the joy from the DM's soul just seep out of them as they see a rolled 5 become a 22 and just all the plans of the DM of making sure the party is in some sort of danger just goes out the window. Having someone who's more concerned with the mechanical side of D&D can also be a great boon towards the DM. Someone who can step in and help some of the players' questions when the DM is preoccupied and be like, hey, this is how this works, this is how this works, can be very useful. Or maybe during combat, maybe the DM sees a combat interaction that he's not familiar with, so they step in and be like, hey, this is how this works, this is how this works. Something like that, something small, non-intrusive, but helps pushes the game along so we're not often looking at the player's handbook looking for certain types of rulings. In most circumstances, the min-maxer is a wonderful addition to any table, making sure the party's plans are always going to be executed properly and always there for a good time, just wanting to roll high and make sure the DM's plans never actually work out. But there are some times where the min-maxer might overstep the boundaries. Min-maxers are great until they start overstepping the characters' roles. It's all fun and games until the paladin believes he's a better talker than the bard, so he starts leading conversations as well as leading every battle encounter. When min-maxers believe they run the whole show, and the main character syndrome starts to flare up a little bit and they start taking roles from other people, and they believe they're the sole arbiter of how the party feels, what they can say, and how they can act. That's always a very fun situation to deal with as a DM. Believing that their character can solve any sort of issue, so they stop other players from showing off their characters or showing off their abilities, because why settle for anything less than success? These type of min-maxers are not that common. Most tables won't ever have to deal with someone to this level. But a min-maxer unknowingly stopping another player from doing a role or having an ability used because technically their character's a little bit more optimized for it, so they step in and roll instead. There's nothing malicious behind it because they're just thinking, hey, let's make sure this roll passes, but they unknowingly took away a moment or a special thing for this player that could have been a really cool story beat. There have been many times in the past when myself or another player would be really narratively satisfying to complete a role or to do a check or something along those lines, but the min-maxer steps in and through the analytical mind, they're just like, oh, let me do this. And it kind of sucks because you want to have your moment. You want to feel like I did that, but just because someone's playing the numbers, that isn't really possible. They're doing nothing wrong. These min-maxers, they're playing the game aspect of D&D. They just want to make sure the party has the best possible chance to succeed and that the plans do work out. There's nothing malicious, there's nothing that they're purposely intending on stepping over anyone else's toes. They want to play the game. But in my opinion, I think it's fun not always taking the most mathematically advantageous route. It's fun seeing the socially awkward fighter try to convince the guards to let them pass, or watching the rogue get into an arm wrestling match because someone defiled his honor. While D&D is a game and we try to get the best outcomes, it's also a storytelling experience and we should embrace the good and the bad times that come along with that. No one really enjoys seeing the protagonist of a story always make the most logical and correct decisions 100% of the times. We want to see humans bumbling through this magical world, humans making very human errors and trying to live with the consequences of that. Let yourself embrace the chaos of unoptimized roles or heated exchanges that result in something unfavorable. It's fun, it's great, that can lead to some unexpected story beats and flair within a campaign that originally wasn't there. It's good trying to go for the highest possibility of success and making sure your party gets through another encounter unscathed, but it's also great to embrace chaos and see where things go and let yourself just enjoy the best aspects of D&D, of chaos, and making sure that you're just having fun with your friends. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate you spending your time, watching my video. If you want to like and subscribe, please go ahead. It really helps out the channel. But yeah, here's another quick little fun size, bite size for y'all because I just moved. And this place might be a little echoey, so hopefully it doesn't happen to come through into the mic, but I might need to fix that. But say la vie. But it's fun doing something creative like this to, spend my time instead of doom scrolling. So that's always a great time, use of my time. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, hopefully the next video will be the Eisenhorn video, my introduction to Warhammer. I'm really excited. I really want to do it, but I've been making scripts recently, more trying to be more controlled with my thoughts, so it's not so rambly like I'm doing right now. But it's gonna be a long one, so I might need extra time to write that and to actually record it because it's gonna be a fun time. I have to do that on the weekend. Yeah, thank you all for watching so much again. Like, subscribe, all that good business. But yeah, hope you took your walk for today. It's good for you mentally, physically, and emotionally. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later. See ya. But a player unknowingly stopping another from making a type of roll or using the ability because technically the character would be a little bit more optimized for